Right, and we're officially live. Hello, everyone. Good evening. We're having an AMA session with Unit Network, and we have here with us today Mario, and he's the co-founder of Unit Network. So, hi, Mario. We're really excited to have you here today. So, to start with, could you give us like a brief introduction about yourself? Well, we'd love to hear about the vision behind Unit Network, what inspired its creation, and how it aims to transform the financial landscape through tokenization and decentralized tools, the core mission and values that guides the team as towards the building towards building this ecosystem. So the audience can really get an understanding of what makes unit networks unique and why it matters in today's world of finance.
Yeah, most definitely. Thank you for the invitation. And let me start with myself. I'm Mario. I'm one of the co founders of the Unit Network. I'm in crypto since 2017. I moved to Dubai in 2020 during COVID. I'm originally from Germany. So if there's anyone from Europe here, hope we can connect. Now, about Unit Network, it's quite interesting. I got involved in 2021 when I met Michael Healy, who's the founder of Unit Network, and he's a close friend of mine. He introduced me to the vision of the Unit Network and also to the idea of the token economy. I don't know how familiar you are with the idea of tokenization, but I think it's really powerful. And in the next 5 to 10 years, it will really make a big change, for the world economy. And it's a big opportunity. And that's why, since I got introduced to Unit Network, I'm I'm 100% locked in on this project. And I learned a lot. Like, to be honest, in the last 3 years, I learned more than in the 10 years before. So I'm excited to share some of it today. And the most important part, guys, if you have any questions, if it might be a bit too much or you want me to go deeper into, specific things, write down your questions. In the end of this AMA, we will have time to cover all those questions. Let me give you a short summary, and I try to keep it, in a nutshell, as short as possible for you to understand what Unit Network is about. I think for the history, it's important to understand that Unit Network is not a protocol or a project which just started a few months ago. It's something what's being built for years now. And we started almost 8 years ago. That's, a really long time. Many projects, they fail. And after a few years, you see them due to bear markets just dismissing or they are just gone. With Unit Network, it's quite the opposite way. We've been quite low key in the last few years due to regulatory questions. And we wanted to make sure that our product and our protocol is, on the bleeding edge when it comes to the innovation level and the quality. Now, we started to build on top of Ethereum because, frankly speaking, 8 years ago, there wasn't many blockchains to choose from. But we found out that, building on a purpose general chain is, let's say, limited. Yeah, there are a lot of limitations. So after a few years, we then moved to Polkadot. We had to make a decision if we build on top of Cosmos or on top of Polkadot. And we did some really good progress, but in the end, we came to the conclusion it's not smart to build like such a big ecosystem on someone else's infrastructure and rely on them, updating it. And we also came to some limitations. So we decided a few years ago to build our own chain. Let's close the circle. Unit Network is not only a platform, it is a layer one blockchain specifically designed to make tokenization transparent, safe, and incredibly easy. Now, last year in October in 2024, we launched our Unit mainnet, which is basically a platform on top of the Unit network, on top of the layer one blockchain. And with this Unit mainnet, we are showcasing a wide range of on chain features which let anyone to tokenize their company, their, assets, or even communities with just a few clicks. I mean, you can try it out yourself. I think you have linked it in the Telegram chat. We have a small goodie, a small gift for everyone who's creating an account. You can go on unit.network. It's an invite-only system, so you need to type in Mario as your person inviting you, and I'll make sure that you get $25 worth of unit coin sent to your account within the next 24 hours. I'll make sure that the team in the background is taking care of it. You will find yourself creating your account and creating a token within less than a minute. It's really just email, password, PIN, and afterwards you have maybe 3 more clicks and you can create your own token. It was really important for us to make it as easy as possible so anyone can access this great revolution. The idea of tokenization is not new. There are many platforms out there, and today we will talk about what's different with the unit network. But one of the key things we're focusing on is that it's as simple as possible. And we will cover all the different features and the tools that we are providing for the token to really be valuable and for you to have the possibility to do something with the token. But in general, I think it's important to understand it's a decentralized tokenization platform. We have a built-in fundraising tool. We have a built-in exchange. I think we will cover most of it in today's session. Really thrilled about it. I'm happy that we are at a stage where everyone can try it out. It's not only a roadmap, it's not an idea. It's really a layer 1 blockchain running and a platform ready to be used. So excited to tap into that and hope you will get as excited as I am after 3 years being involved with Unit.
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. So, moving ahead to my next question regarding the reward application. So, Unit Network has mentioned creating tokens backed by reward assets, stable coins, and even entire city economies. So, could you share your thoughts on, how this could be make like a test
Yeah,
for
I'm
individuals, businesses and communities? What kind of like real life changes or benefit do you hope to, people will see?
Yeah, I mean, that's a really, really big question, and I can tap into the technical part of it and explain what we make to ensure that a token that is created really has some fundamental value and it's not just a token on a chain without the connection to any kind of value. We introduced the idea of a treasury. This term of a treasury is widely used in the crypto space, but for Unit Network, you really need to understand what it means within our ecosystem. Let's say we have the Shark Cruisers community right now, right? So let's say we create a Shark token on the Unit Network. Now, to make sure that the token is valuable, we can put in profits that we are generating, or we can put in donations or whatever it is, put in crypto into the treasury of the Shark community. So the Shark token has its own treasury, and the crypto sitting in that treasury are backing up the fundamental value of the token. Now, what does it mean? We think that it's quite challenging to find if a protocol or a project is valued at the right price. If you look at stocks, you have the cash flow, you have the amount of employees, and a lot of metrics and data you can base your calculations on. Now, within the crypto space, how do you value if an asset is over or undervalued? It's quite challenging. I mean, you can do some research on the team. You can look at how many users a protocol has. You can maybe look at the volume, the trading volume on top of the chain. But that's it, right? You don't know if a chain is really profitable. You don't know, if there are some profits already locked somewhere. And with the treasury, we're introducing a tool where we believe that investors can really, really quickly decide and see if a project is real or if it's another rug pull. And we need to talk about this topic because if Unit Network makes it easy to create tokens, how do we prevent people using this platform to scam other people? And It's quite easy. If there is no money in the treasury, the project is not profitable. Really important to understand is the money which went into the treasury can only be redeemed by the people who are owning the tokens. Let's say we have 100,000 Shark tokens. And let's say, this community is wild and it makes a lot of profits. After a year, you have 100 grand, like $100,000 you made in profits. Now you put the $100,000 into the tokens treasury, and now you have $100,000 backing up 100,000 tokens, which equals to $1 per token, right? So if I own 10% of that total supply of the token, which is 10,000 tokens, I could at all times, it doesn't matter what the price is on the exchange, at any time, I could go to the tokens treasury and redeem one token to $1. So that's basically the lowest price. My investment cannot go to zero anymore. And this is quite powerful because projects will start to think about, okay, we made some profits. Do we buy the next villa? Do we buy the next supercar? Or does it make sense to lock that profit in a treasury to give like the overall token a real fundamental value and the token a lowest price? We think that the token will be traded at a multiple of that lowest price. So if the price is at $1 per Shark token, it will probably be traded at $20, $30, because people are like, okay, if in 1 year they manage to make 100K, what about in 5 years? Maybe it will be 500K more, or even a million that they are able to generate in profits, right? So yeah, we think this is a really, really good tool in terms of determining if a project is profitable and if it's a real project or if it's scam, because obviously you cannot put 100 grand into a treasury if it's not a profitable project. This is one way we want to prevent it from happening. Now, overall, the vision, sorry, it's a long answer, but it was a wide question. So overall,
No, go on. Go
Yeah.
on. The floor is yours.
Cheers. So overall, if you think about, how can people benefit from tokenization and where do we see, the regular person benefiting from it, we think that tokenization is solving two issues. One, the distribution of value amongst, everyone who's contributing to a project's success. So if we are looking at a normal company, it can be, the employee, it can be the customer. Because currently, who is benefiting if a company is being successful? It is always the founders and it is always the investors. Now, the employees, they will probably always get the same salary, and the customers, they get a good product, but normally the quality of the product is also going down with time, right? To make more profits. So to be honest, all the value created is going into the pockets of the investors and the founders, and the employees and the customers, they are left behind. And we believe that in the next 5 to 10 years, we will see a lot of change due to AI, due to robotic, people being replaced, and a lot more value will be created. Now we want to make sure that that value created will be distributed more fairly amongst everyone who contributes to the company's success. Now, if you look at, let's say, you are in a small town and you have the dream of opening a cafe or maybe a restaurant, you have a few problems, right? You need to get the fundraising somehow. You probably won't be able to ask big investors because like VCs and family offices, they're not interested in the next restaurant. So you won't get the funding. Now, with creating a token, you can basically ask your family, friends, the people in your town to fund it, but not only to donate money, but also to get a stake in your restaurant. And this makes it really powerful to anyone in the world because it basically is giving access to finance to anyone in the world. So if I meet someone who's living on the other side of the world, right now in Dubai, let's say I meet someone from Austria or from, let's say, from San Francisco, and I think he's really smart and I want to support him, there's no way for me to invest into this person or into his project. It's really challenging. We think that if anyone can create a token and I can buy that token and he can use the funds that he raised by selling his token, access to finance will be way easier and everyone will get a shot. It doesn't matter if you need $5,000 to pay for your university, or if you have a great idea, if you have an app you want to start, if you're an athlete and you need new shoes for your next match, you can have sponsors all around the world believing in you and just buying your token and supporting you this way. That's the overall idea. Let's keep it at that.
All right, thanks for breaking that down. Yeah, so moving ahead to my next question. Regarding the core features, the platform brings together tools like treasury, staking, decentralized exchange. So how do these all features, work together to create a seamless and complete financial ecosystem? And how do you think having them integrated is important for users as well?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean, it's again a technical part to it. Let's cover that first. So we made sure to build the whole infrastructure in a way where it's truly decentralized. So no central entity or government can shut it down. This sounds familiar to you probably, but there are really not many protocols out there who are fully decentralized. I mean, every single feature we will cover today is coded on the chain, so it also cannot be shut down. Now, in terms of different features, you mentioned a few. You mentioned the treasury, you mentioned the bond staking feature. There are at least 20 more features, and we won't be able to cover all of them, but let me jump into a few. Let's jump back to the 𝗓𝗏 token. Let's say you created your own token. Now, what can you do with it? I mentioned you can do fundraising. So you can raise funds by selling your token. How does it work? You can simply set a sale round for your token and say, okay, I want to sell my token in a pre-sale round for a certain price. And this way you can raise some funds. Another thing you have mentioned is to build an exchange. It's a DEX, it's a decentralized exchange. You can list your token which you have created just seconds after you have created it on our exchange without paying a fee, without the knowledge of coding or any kind of headaches. You're simply setting up a liquidity pool. So you take a few of your tokens and you put in a few, USDU, which is the stable coin in our ecosystem, or you use some BTCU or use some unit coin. And by setting up the liquidity pool, it can be instantly traded on the built-in exchange. Now, bond staking is quite clear, I think, and set a period where your investors or your community can lock the token and get some APY, so some yearly yield between, I don't know, 2 to 30%. You can set that rate. There are a lot of different features. Now, one thing I want to mention is that we didn't only thought about the token management side, like fundraising, setting up liquidity pools, sending the tokens to other users or to other people within our ecosystem. But we also thought about what's important for a successful project and for a successful token. And it's basically what we are doing right now. It is the community. So we have almost 20 community features which will help you to build the community around your token. And it's also on chain. It's all within our ecosystem. To mention a few, you can set up a reward for people who are achieving something. Let's say you say, you need to follow me on my social media channels. You need to make a post about our token. And if you have done all of that, you get a reward for it. Or we have a gift feature where anyone who is maybe creating an account or buying your token will get an extra airdrop, like a gift. Or we have status updates for the token. So this way you can keep your community updated through the token. If someone bought your token, he will automatically see your status update, and you can post updates regarding your project. Maybe you have a big announcement or sponsorship. So you can share all those things within our platform. You don't need to use social media or other platforms for it. We also have an on-chain chat feature where you can communicate. Like, there are so many small different features, an auction feature, a store feature. You need to check it out. Like, I can recommend you to look into the documentation hub, and there you can find all the different features. Yeah, read about them. We also created some content around them. Or maybe you have a question later in today's session, and we can cover that as well. Yeah.
That's amazing. That's amazing. I like the fact that you're being really upfront and you really dive into details about your project and all of this stuff. And I also like the fact that you talked about an example of creating 𝗖𝗛𝗔𝗬𝗟𝗦 token, and that that was, personally for me,
Let's do
I
it.
saw that as in that's great. That's great. But let's move on. Let's just move on to the next question.
Sure.
Keep things coordinated. So, also, we all know that the communities are often about they're like the heartbeat of your project. So, how big of a role does the community play in unit networks growth, and in what way are you planning to like involve them in shaping the platform and its ecosystem as well?
Before, I talked about value distribution, right? I said that if the token economy is successful, people contributing to the project's success, they should financially benefit from it. How have we solved that within Unit Network? It's quite simple. With the Unit Network, you have the possibility, we have a built-in affiliate system. So if you created your own account and now you're telling your friends about it, or you're inviting other people, you will get 0.5% of all trading volume they are making on top of the Unit Network. So if you're inviting a friend and he is trading, let's say, he's buying a token or he is trading on top of, our DEX, you will basically get 0.5% of every trade in terms of commissions paid directly to you. So it's a built-in affiliate system. It's nothing new, but it's one way of providing value, making the word spread, and making some money from it. Now, this is just a small part. It's nothing too crazy, but if you think about it, it's really powerful. Now, on the other side, we have a lot of different tokens which will be launched where we want the community to be involved. We have different platforms and communities on Telegram where you can get involved. You can just, check it out. We have some airdrops. We have different ways where we appreciate the best meme created. You can basically win a tournament or a reward by creating content, by being active. So we really focus on giving back to those who are contributing to unit success. And that's maybe something also for you. Maybe you're just listening to this and you're like, oh, I don't know if I want to invest, but just try to get involved and you will see quite quickly how much it can benefit you personally. You don't need to create a token, just be active in the community and you will see there will be new opportunities for you to get involved and to maybe make also some money from it. But I think you have nothing to lose to just check it out and genuinely following our growth and benefit from it as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. So, I just wanted to ask again, regarding the security and trust as well. So, what guideline, what guiding principle does Unit Network follow to like make sure users can feel confident and secure while using the platform?
With Unit Network, you need to understand that we build a system where you don't need to trust, you can verify. What do I mean by that? If you're investing into a token, you can transparently audit the treasury at all times. You can even see the token bank, so you can see what the project is doing with the funds. Everything is 100% transparent. Now, when it comes to the deposits, I haven't covered that yet, but we're trying to make everything decentralized, from the deposit to the token creation, like every single point, which means that the custody of your funds, if you're depositing, they're never held in a central entity. Even the deposit process is in a decentralized way. We invented the vaults, so there will be a lot of different vaults, and the vaults are basically taking care of the deposits and the withdrawals, but it's automatically, like it's built within our blockchain, within our ecosystem. If you're depositing, it's going into the vault. If you're depositing, let's say, 1 BTC, you get 1 BTCU, so the wrap version of your BTC on the unit mainnet. And now you can work with that BTCU. You can send it to someone else without having high fees. That's the main reason why we choose the wrap tokens when you're depositing into our ecosystem. Now, let's say you made some great profits from trading, from your investments. Now you want to withdraw 2 BTCU, and you will get back, of course, for 2 BTCU, 2 BTC. And at all times, 1 BTCU will always be backed by 1 BTC. So you never have to trust. It's basically, if you understand how the infrastructure works, it is 100% safer than any central exchange. And the custody of funds is never held within a central entity. Even, the minting of stable coins on Unit Network is really unique. It might take a bit long to explain it, but you should really look into the documentation hub to get a deeper understanding. Like, if I say we are decentralized, I really mean it. There's no compromise. Every single step is decentralized. And that's what makes it so powerful and also so innovative. So we are quite confident about our system at the current stage. We think we are at the bleeding edge when it comes to the technology. And we hope you can see that as well and experience it by using our platform.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's amazing. So I just wanted to ask again, this is gonna be like my second to last question before we, open the floor for the audience. So, could you kindly walk us through, what the community should be expecting as Unit Network approaches official launch? Many of us are eager to understand not just the overall timeline, but also how the rollout will be constructed or structured in its early phases. So, will there be like opportunities for community members to gain early access or participate in testing or experience any special features before the it would be a great to hear how you're planning to engage and involve in the community during this exciting transition.
Yeah, really good question. Now, regarding the unit coin, which is basically the utility coin on our unit network, it's similar to Ethereum and the Ethereum network. We have the unit coin for the unit network. And we have a quite clear plan when it comes to the launch. We will be launching on 6 different chains on the biggest dexes on those chains. It will be, I hope I get them together. It's TON, it's BSC, it's Ethereum, it is Solana, Sui, and Unit Network. So on all those 6 different chains, you will be able to, buy or trade Unit coin. Now, we have 2 centralized exchanges, major players who will list unit coin as well, quite soon. So I think right now is a good time to get involved. Currently, you can only buy the unit token on the unit mainnet, on the unit network, but soon it will be traded on all those different chains. We are supporting 16 different chains, so you can deposit with USDT, USDC, Algorand, ADA, like all the major coins you can think of, XLM, and etc. And you can basically buy the unit token on the unit mainnet. Now, in terms of timeline, I cannot say a specific date, but I would say we are quite close. Definitely until end of this year, we will see the unit coin being launched on all those DEXs. And in addition to that, we will have a lot of ecosystem tokens, which will be launched as well. So they are lower market cap, but also a really interesting way of, maybe investing a few dollars and see how it went. And in addition to that, we are currently working on 25 different apps, which are basically, I don't want to say mirroring, but apps that you already know. We are talking about the Airbnb, the Uber, the Shopify, maybe the chess app from chess.com. Like there are a few different apps you're probably using, and we are building the decentralized version of it because we believe that for people to understand how powerful the tokenization is, we need to lead the way with a few case studies. And the easiest case studies are those who are built on apps. Like an app is a really easy case study. If it's a good app, if it's functional, if it has benefits for the users, they will most definitely use it. And if it's something which is already used in the space, like an Airbnb, and we will have a unit stay app doing the same thing with 10% lower fees, with, no Visa, MasterCard payment providers, but crypto payment. I think that's quite interesting, and it might show how a tokenized project could look like. We have a lot which will be rolled out in the months ahead, so I think it's a really good time to follow us on our socials and to get involved right now.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. So, this is gonna be my last question. I don't want to waste much of the community's time. So, looking a bit further ahead, what's your long-term vision for Unit Network? What do you like to see the platform and its ecosystem, in the next 2 or 3 years, and how do you hope it evolves over time?
In general, it really depends on how fast we see adoption. We really believe that token economy and tokenization will play a really big role when it comes to AI and robotic. So if you think about why should such an innovative firms rely on a old infrastructure if they can benefit from tokenization? I mean, all of them have something in common. They want to have the most advanced infrastructure possible, and we believe and we are confident that we are building this infrastructure. So in terms of next 2 to 5 years, we already have a lot of sponsorships planned to make Unit Network seen and recognized. We have some football clubs which will be sponsored. We are in talks with the Formula One. We are currently sponsoring a lot of crypto events. If you know the European Blockchain Week, which is in Barcelona in October, we are one of the main sponsors, or we are the main sponsor of that Blockchain Week. We have sponsored Proof of Talks in Louvre in Paris a few weeks ago. You can check that out as well. And there are at least 10 to 15 other events where we are really supportive and making sure that we will be seen and recognized. Now, in terms of long-term vision, we believe that every single person will have their own token. Everyone listening right now will have their own token if it's giving them some kind of benefit. And we think there's no downside to owning a token. It's similar to social media. 10 years ago, no one thought that we will be the best photographers and sharing some videos and photos on social media. Today, there's no company without a big branded social media account. So we believe that similar it will be with tokens, and every brand and every person and every startup and every community will have their own token. Every charity can have their own token, and people can way easier getting involved with all the different projects. Currently, I'm also heavily invested in many projects, and I would love to invest in way more people. But it's quite challenging, to just give someone 10 grand or invest $50,000 into something, because the current system, how it's working, it's a lot of headaches. You need a lot of contracts. You need to trust people with the money. With tokenization, it's different. You don't need to trust. You can verify. You can see if a project is long-term profitable. You can audit their numbers. You can audit their bank accounts. You can see if they're wasting money or if they're doing good investments. And I think this will change how the society operates, and it will lead to a more supportive society where everyone tries to help each other. Because if you're doing good and I invested into your project, I mean, I will get a financial benefit from your success as well. So obviously, I will have one more reason to help you out. And if we think that every person would have a token, this would lead to a way more supportive society. And we believe that's the overall dream and vision we have with Unit Network.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's really amazing. So, this is gonna be that was my last question. I have a lot of questions as well, but we just want to open the floor for the community to ask theirs as well. So,
Yeah, of course, of course.
yeah,
I'm
so
excited.
guys, it's time for the community questions. I can see a few hands up. So, uh, don't forget also the referral link is we posted it already. So just sign up and register for and get your tokens as well. So yeah, I can see Leon the professional. Uh, your mic is muted. You can ask away. Hey Leon, are you there?
Hello guys, how are you doing?
Hi, good.
Hello. You can ask away your question now.
My question is, can you tell us and share with us your keys for marketing plan for next 2 months?
Yeah, most definitely. So in terms of marketing, I already shared some insights. We're sponsoring a few things, but there are 4 ways of marketing. Maybe we can run it down and we'll show you why we think that tokenization will change the world. We have paid ads. It's one way of marketing something, right? We have influencer marketing. In crypto space, it's the KOLs, it's the influencers. Then we have content production. We create our own content, we invest into it, and we hope that we have organic growth. And then we have user satisfaction and people inviting their friends. We think that the most powerful thing is the last thing. If your community likes and benefits from it, and let's say you are involved with a protocol and you made some money from it, you will most likely tell your friends, your family to do the same, to do also good. So we are really focused on the last thing. But we also have a content initiative. I don't know if you know the viral AI clips of Vladimir Putin and Kamala Harris smoking in the car and going crazy, of Snoop Dogg, the music
Yeah.
video. Yeah, these are the Doe brothers, and they are basically leading our content initiative. I don't know if you know Oliver Tree. He has the viral song "Life Goes On and On and On and On." You probably have heard it.
Oh
I've
yeah.
seen I've
Yeah,
seen
yeah.
a
It's really
concert
fast.
in L.A. I was there with Michael. He's a really close friend of Michael, and we had the pleasure to see him live. He has, I don't know, 15, 20 million followers on TikTok. So he's leading our AI content initiative, and they are creating a lot of viral content. So organic growth, it's also there. Now, KOLs, we believe that KOLs will talk about the project because we have the built-in affiliate system, and 0.5% of every trade is a really good return for influencers. So we think that we can get the KOLs, and we are really close with them as well. I personally know a lot of the biggest influencers in the space. And the first one is the paid ads. And we don't believe in traditional media. We believe that sponsorships and being present at different crypto events is the most valuable part, because there you can find the people who really shape the industry. So the big investors, where the big money is, family offices, and so on. So we personally have a really great network, but I think it's a combination of those four, and we make sure to cover all those boxes. Yeah, that's the plan.
Yes, thank you for answering me. You have great ideas. I wish you all success in your project and good luck, guys. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks for your question. Thanks for your question. I think I'm gonna go with Melissa. Melissa, your mic is unmuted. You can ask away. Hey, Melissa, are you there?
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
Hi, Mario.
Hi.
My question is, if unit network achieve widespread adoption at scale, what kind of transformation do you envision in the way cities, businesses, individuals interact financially? Over the next decade, how do you see the unit network reshaping economic relationship, financial access, and other flow of value across both traditional and decentralized systems?
I said earlier that we are launching a lot of different ecosystem tokens, and that's basically the entry ticket into all those different industries and regions. Let's break it down. We will have 100 ecosystem tokens being launched in next month. Now, the 100 ecosystem tokens sounds like a lot, but we have 35 major cities where we believe that it's important to be present. So we have, for example, the Dubai token, we have the Berlin token, like we have all the major crypto hubs in the world, and we will create a token which is representing the success of that city. This is one way to tap into different regions. On the other side, we will have 65 different industry tokens where we tap into specifically those different industries, like the art industry or the ski industry or the crypto industry. I mean, there's so many different industries we can tap into. And what we do, we basically look for traditional companies within those industries, but we are also building new case studies within those industries. And we will have ambassadors, so people who are taking care of those different regions and those different industries. And they are looking specifically for case studies and new companies to get involved. And this way, we are not only building focused on one industry only and the easiest one, but we believe that it needs to happen at the same time. Yes, of course, there are easy industries like the crypto industry or even social media where it will be super easy to tokenize the whole business because there are no real world transaction happening. But for example, we also have the unit plane coin, and we just bought a plane for I think $45,000, and we are renting it out to flight school. So the flight school is taking care of the maintenance and they are renting it from us. Now we are making 30 to 50% ROI on that plane a year. So within 2 years, we have the investment back, and afterwards, it's only generating profits. Now, this is a real case study, which is not easy to manage, right? You need people to take care of it. But we want to show with this kind of examples that it's still possible to raise funds via a token sale, to use those funds to fund an operation, to make a profitable business, and then to share those profits with the token holders. And yeah, I think it's the apps, it's the industries, it's the ecosystem tokens. There are many approaches to make sure we tap into all the different communities and industries. Yeah, I hope that answers your question.
Okay, Mario, thanks for the answer.
You're welcome.
Right, right. Thanks for your question, great one. I see Sophia. Sophia, I muted you, so you can ask away your question.
Hi, Maru.
Hi, Sophia. How are you doing?
I'm good. And you?
Yeah, doing well. It's quite hot here in Dubai. My AC stopped working like a few hours ago, so I'm sweating, but I'm doing good.
No, that's nice. So I just wanted to quickly know, once someone tokenizes an asset, like a local business or brand, how does it become tradable or usable within the eco unit, the unit ecosystem? Are there like built-in mechanisms or secondary trading or liquidity?
Yeah, I mean it's quite easy. You mean how it can be tradable? You create your account in your
Yeah.
network, you create your token, and now how can it be traded? It's important to understand how the trading on our exchange works. We have not an order book exchange, but we have like a AMM exchange, which is a pool exchange. Now let's say, do you have a name for your brand or for your token?
Not yet.
Not yet. So let's say it's the beauty token. Okay, is that fine?
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We have the beauty token. Now you create your beauty token, and now you have to put your beauty token into the liquidity pool and some USDU. So something so it gives it a value. So let's say you take $100 and 100 beauty tokens and you put it into the liquidity pool, now it can be traded at $1. People can buy it and can sell it, right? Now the liquidity pool is not really deep. It's only $100, but people can buy it for $5. And if they buy it for $5, it will go up in price. And if they sell it, it goes down. So it will be quite volatile, you know? With time, with trading, the liquidity pool will automatically grow. So if many people want to invest into it, maybe you make some money from selling the token and you can make the liquidity pool bigger so that, maybe you have $1,000 and 1,000 token in the liquidity pool and it can be traded with even more money. Now, this is a way. Why did we choose the pool trading? It's really important because if you understand how order book trading happens, you always need a seller and a buyer. You need to connect them for a trade to happen. Now, let's say your token isn't that popular yet, right? You just created it. There won't be probably a lot of buyers and sellers at the same time. Now, if you have a
Of
pool,
course.
there is always a price at which people can buy or sell your token. Because let's say it is $100 and 100 tokens. Now I buy a token for $10. What happens? We will have $110 in the pool and only 90 beauty tokens in the pool. Now the price of the beauty token is not $1, but it will be way higher than that. You know, so
Hmm.
it is always tradable at a certain rate, and this makes also like not popular tokens tradable instantly. And I think that's really powerful. And depending on how deep your liquidity is, it will be less volatile. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the detailed explanation. I
Yeah,
really
you're
appreciate
welcome. Thank you for your question. It was a good one.
it. Thank you.
All right, Sophia, thanks for your question. I think I'm gonna go with Ramsey. Ramsey, your mic is muted already. You can ask your question. Hey, Ramsey, are you there already? Okay, let's move to the next person. I see Harold. Harold, your mic is muted. You can ask away.
Hi guys. Hope I'm audible.
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, you're sure. Go ahead.
My question is, unit network is growing fast, and partnership seems like there will be a key adoption. How do you plan to get institution, businesses, or even government on board? And how do you see these relationships adding long-term value to the ecosystem? That's my question.
Yeah, good question. So, in terms of governments and institutional money, we have finished a sale round last year, and we managed to close $18 million in fundraising. So we have a few venture capital family offices invested, also some governments. I'm not confident sharing those because I'm not sure if it's public, but if it is, you will find it on our website. But I can tell you it's all about network. It's all about, knowing people. And I think if you do some research on our team, you will find that we are really well connected. We are in the space for really long. Like I mentioned in the beginning, Michael Healy, a close friend of mine who introduced me to the project, he basically introduced Bitcoin as a payment method for WikiLeaks in 2010 when it was at 9 cents. So he's someone who's in the space for many, many years. He was involved with all the different protocols. He was many times ahead of the curve with his inventions. This also led us to have a really great network. Yeah.
Unit work is a great project, and I really appreciate your answer to my question.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we're just gonna go with our last question before we round up for the session. So, Ramsey, you can ask away again, or maybe if you're not with your phone, maybe we can, skip to another person.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, how you doing?
Okay. My question is, well, Unity is building a no-code tokenization ecosystem. But as RWA tokenization expands, interoperability will be critical. How do you see Unit's token integrating with broader token standards like ERC 3643 or frameworks being developed by groups like the tokenized assets, um, coalition?
Yeah, I mean, in terms of like, if you look at unit network, we are already having a variety of chains we are operating with or which we are compatible with. So we have the variety of 16 chains which connecting into the unit network and into our ecosystem. So maybe that's answering one of the questions. Now, in terms of RWA, it's a widely used word like real world assets. We don't share the idea of how tokenization and RWA is being used in the space currently, or we have a different definition of it. Because in these terms, you could also think about, the regulatory framework and how we comply with all the rules and limitations in the world. We believe that if you want to have real invention, you need a system which supersedes what we have currently. And as the regulatory framework we have in the world in different regions is built for the current system, you can never fit in innovative system into this framework. So what we believe is that we build something which is way greater than the old system, and the regulatory framework will adjust. Similar like we have seen it with Bitcoin. The last 10 years they tried to ban it. Now they found way to regulate it. Some countries found out earlier that they should invest or they should, support it. Some are still struggling. Family in Europe, and they're still struggling with even buying crypto assets and having a lot of headaches with the MiCA regulations and stuff like that. It really depends, but I think in general it's important to understand that the idea of tokenization is for the people and it shouldn't be heavily regulated, I think. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. My last question is, do you plan to bridge units created assets into layer ones, or will you build your own liquidity layer?
Yeah, good question. I mean, we talked about already about Unit Network having its own layer one blockchain. So Unit Network is a running layer one blockchain specifically designed to make, tokenization possible. Now, we definitely, as we are launching on 6 different chains, it will be traded on those chains, So it is on Ton, BSC, Sui, Solana, Ethereum, and Unit. So we have 6 different chains, layer one chains we have chosen, and on all those chains we will have a DEX, a decentralized exchange where you can trade the Unit token at.
All right. Hope that answers your question, Ramsey. So, that's the last question for the session.
Right.
So,
Thank you for answering
yeah, sure. Thanks. So,
this. Thank you.
You're welcome.
right. So, Mario, it's been a really great session today. So, the session is there like anything like a closing statement that you like to, add before we round up for the session?
Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you for the great hosting. Thank you for the great questions. It was a pleasure. For everyone who haven't created, like I have checked my account, take the $25. Like we're giving it away. There's no catch. Create your account. I will send you over the $25 worth of unit coin. Who knows, if the token is launching in a few months, you never know. It might be worth 10x, 50x at some point. This can be some real money. So yeah, just from my point, check it out. Check out the system. Follow us on our socials. And yeah, hope to see you soon again.
All right. So, guys, do not forget to just sign up using the referral link. Open your account and just get the $25 as he said, and basically grab a bag and also this is gonna be the end of the session, guys. So see you guys on the next one, and bye bye.
See you
So
guys.
thank you,
Thank
Mario,
you.
for your time. Hopefully next time we're gonna have another AMA to discuss about your future developments or your current developments in the future as well.
Cheers. Appreciate
Yeah.
it.
So thank you. Bye bye.
Bye bye.